Jesus loves me, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me, for the Bible tells me so. Amen.
All right. Simply called it a test before your testimony.
All right.
In life, sometimes we find ourselves having to go through some things. How many of y'all ever found yourselves in the middle of something, not knowing why you got there, how you got there, and who put you there? Not even understanding that you ain't got the power to take yourself out of there. Sometimes we're going to face things in life that don't make sense. But the question is not so much what you're facing, but why did God allow it to happen? Y'all do understand that God has to give Satan the permission to touch you. He can't wake up and just decide, I'm going to hit you today, I'm going to cause your car to get cracked, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. He has to have permission. And sometimes we as Christians think that because we got saved, that we're not going to have to go through some things.
All right.
That we're not going to get tested. And like most things in life, you can't figure out how you're growing in your spiritual life unless you've been tested. The problem is in school nowadays, they don't even test it. Even if you fail, they're going to pass you anyway. But there are some things in life like martial arts. You got to test to get another belt. Each belt you go to tells you what level you're on. Now, how many of y'all wonder what level your Christianity is on today?
Wow, okay.
How many of you understand that those belts represent your Christianity? The belts tell you, I am growing. See, you want all the glory, but you don't want the story. That's the problem with Christians today.
Yeah.
We want to come in and say, I've been saved for 15 years. I got a Cadillac. I got a big old house. But the problem is, you don't want to tell that I had to go through some things to get it. Oh, I go to work. That's all that happens. You don't tell them that you lost your job the other day, 6 months ago. You say, Lord, I'm going to live for you and I'll die for you. And the next thing you know, you got no job. You go to work every day, you go on time. They tell you, oh, your position is phased out. I got a better one for you. You stay up all night, you work all the hours, and then they come tell you, guess what? We just don't need your services anymore. How many of y'all have found yourselves in those situations trying to figure out, well, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to pay my lights? But the Bible tells us that he took care of the birds and the fowls and everything else, so why do you think he won't take care of you?
That's right.
Remember, God, you know, people like to say, well, God won't put more on you than you can handle. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you can handle it, Christ wouldn't have to die.
All right.
Christ went to the grave so that you can handle these situations, so that you can have someone to help you.
Yeah.
So you have to understand, everything in life is simply a test. I've come to realize I no longer stress about the things that I can't fix simply because I understand it's God trying to take me to another level.
Yeah.
And if God is not testing you, I would have to say to you, be careful what you're asking for. Because if he ain't testing you, that simply means that you ain't growing. And that's what we're talking about in Dr. House Ministries this month. We were talking about church growing, your body growing, your ministry growing, your mind growing, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And if you're not growing, then you need to ask yourself, what am I doing wrong?
Right.
You don't want to go through life without getting tested.
All right.
You don't want to go through life without going through some struggles. Because if you go through life without going through struggles, you don't know what you can handle. You don't know. That's just a small thing. I'm going to keep going. That's a small thing to a big giant. You know, I can handle the simple things in life. That's how we grow as individuals. That's how we have a testimony. You know, we want the testimony, but we ain't had to test it. How many of y'all are studying for your test?
All right.
How many of y'all are reading your word? How many of you guys are actually going to church and really just dove in the Bible study? How many of you guys are understanding that you have to go, you have to prepare for life's test? And each preparation has to be shown that you are moving forward. Each preparation has to be shown that you are going to the next level. And if you're not actually out there trying to prep, you're gonna get yourself, then you're gonna fail. When you play basketball, you play football, how many of y'all play sports? If you don't go practice every day, what happens? My grandson, I went to his first basketball game yesterday. Woo, Lord have mercy.
Man.
That is not his sport. I'm gonna have to be honest. Lord have mercy. I love it. He'll probably see this one day, but it is what it is. They practice once a week, and it shows. The score was 26-4.
Did you call his name?
No, I did not. The 26-4 was the score, and he sat in the game, and I love him, but the ball came past, and he did like this. So that shows his practice. And in life, if you're not studying your word, when life starts to happen, you go like this. You throw in the towel. You give it up.
I see you now.
You say, "Oh, I can't
That's good,
make it.
Pastor.
I can't make it. I can't handle these situations." But you got to get down on your hands and knees, prostrate yourself on that floor, and say, "Lord, to thyself I give thee.
Yeah.
I'm giving you everything I got. All my power, all my love, and everything is there. I need you just to take over. I need to decrease as you increase. You have to be willing to accept the test in order to have your testimony." In the book of Job, we look at Job, and Job was a good guy.
Yeah.
Job had, 7 sons, 3 daughters, had some oxen. He was rich. For all intents and purposes, he had money.
All right.
Now imagine, you worked your tail off all your life. You gave your life to God. You did everything God asked you to do. I mean, you lived right, you went to church, your time. He blessed you, and he blessed you. And all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, literally, which seems to be one day, he took it all. Your kids, all of them died. Not one at a time. Literally, they just, the house fell on them, they died. Your ox was stolen, and he just got jacked. They didn't ask him no questions. That's like you bought them Mercedes, and somebody said, "Hey, give me them keys, empty your pockets out." You know what I'm saying? He stole his stuff. And what do you do when God, I did what you asked. I gave myself to you. What else you want from me? And you just took it all. And all Job said was, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. How many of y'all can say that y'all will say this?
Yeah.
How many of y'all would say, you know something, I have enough faith to understand that if God gave it to me once, he can give it again.
Oh, yeah.
How many of y'all know that if I've been there once, I can get it the second time? That I didn't earn it myself, that God gave it to begin with. It was his anyway. It was never mine. I was just a steward over it.
Yeah.
How many of you know that none of your stuff you have, your cars, your clothes, your relationships, the people you're in love with, do not belong to you. Your parents do not belong to you. God has given them to you for a season and a reason. And you have to be willing to understand that one day, all of this can be taken from you, and there's nothing you can do about it but say, "Lord, I understand. I get it. It's okay. I understand you're just testing me." You want to make sure that when I'm in the midnight hour, I'm going to come to you. When I'm in my Paul or Silas moment, I'm going to come to you. When I'm in my midnight hour and it's dark and everything else and everybody's turning their way from me, I'm going to still come to you. Job is sitting here and he's been afflicted, he's been mistreated, and he's been misguided. What do you do when the person you love the most tells you to curse God and die?
Wow.
In those trying times, you got to be real careful who you listen to. Your wife, your friends, your loved ones. I remember a few years back, and I'm sure Pastor Cummings remembers when I was going through my own struggle, and we were having a conference out here. And I was supposed to preach, but I couldn't make it because I had some things I had to take care of. And people around me were saying exactly what Job's friends would say. "Well, you're doing all this to God, you have a ministry, you're preaching and all of this, but you're still going through these things." And all the stuff that I was going through, running was funny, cars were messing up. All I could do is keep my faith.
Yeah.
All I could do is know that I was going through, and I didn't think about it even at the time, that I was going through my own Job situation.
Wow.
But because I stayed praying, my wife stayed praying, we stayed faithful to the church, we stayed faithful to doing what God has called us to do, we then turned around and came out of that storm.
Amen.
More money, several cars, all the cars we had, gone. Well, no, one of them to the back. The engine went out, I ain't driving it. I don't care. I got new ones.
Amen.
In fact, I got 2 new ones. No, I have 3. But God had did that. That's God who's done that. And I'm not saying it to boast. I'm saying to say, as long as you keep your faith, but God will change everything in your situation.
Mm-hmm.
God will change you in a blink of an eye. You will go from having nothing to everything you need.
Yeah, yeah.
You just have to remember that everything you're going through is simply a test.
Uh-huh.
It's a trial, it's a tribulation, it's a storm, it's a situation. And everybody's life, even in the midst of a storm, coming out of a storm, or about to enter a storm.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, you have to figure out which section of the storm you're in.
Yeah.
But you're going to come into a storm.
All right.
And if you don't, you need to check your situation, because your radar might be off.
Right.
You know, the Bible is telling us that Job did everything that he was supposed to do, and yet and still he never complained.
Mm-hmm.
He never had an issue. But even Job had a time when he had to come to terms with, I'm going through this.
All right.
Lord, I just want to know why. And when you're going through something, it's okay to ask why. It's okay to say, Lord, hey, I just want to know, why I'm going through this. You might not like to answer God is. God told Job, where were you at when I formed the earth?
Mm-hmm.
When I made the sun shine. See, all the stuff that you're going through, all these tests that you're facing, have nothing to do with you.
Right.
Let's be honest. They'll help you grow. They'll help you get stronger. They'll help you get off the Similac, that spiritual Similac that you're on. They help you get on some spiritual meat.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get stronger and deal with the rest of the situation that you're going to deal with in life. But it's all about being a testimony for somebody else who's going through it.
Mm-hmm.
We as parents, to all of you who are children and don't realize that we are simply examples and testimonies for you. You should look at our lives, realize what we've gone through, and understand that we're not trying to control you, we're trying to guide you. We're trying to make sure that you don't make the same exact mistakes that we've already made. That is the testimony. See, we already took the test. We passed. I know we passed, because we're still here.
Yeah.
Some of us didn't make it. Some of us ain't around no more. For whatever reason, that season was over. So you have to ask yourself, what do I need to do to make sure that I survive for my children? What do I need to do to make sure that I'm that example and that testimony for my kids? I can't be a testimony if I ain't been through nothing. If I ain't experienced nothing, how am I going to talk about something? People want to talk about the drunk walking down the street, but he can tell you about being a drunk. Why you don't want to drink? Why you don't want to get high? I don't understand how people still get high. I don't understand how certain drugs are still in existence, considering the fact that you see the crackheads. What is it going to take for you to understand that everything in life is simply a test and a testimony? And we as Christians are positioned to notice these things, to have discernment over the things that we're going to deal with. So we can open up our eyes, our spiritual eye, and understand that God is testing us with every situation we face, just so that we can have a testimony to bless someone else. The great thing about life is also that Christ was a testimony. You see, before we get there, we're going to look at Job's testimony. Job's testimony is he got double everything he lost.
Wow.
He got more kids. He got double his cattle, double his ox, double his everything, his sheep. He got double his land, double his servants, because he was willing to understand that there was just a test, and everything he was going through was setting him up for his testimony. If we look at Christ, when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he made a statement, the true statement I ever heard. Lord, if you let this cup pass by, let it be your will and not mine. That's his flesh. Said, hey, I don't know about this. I believe that when he said that in his mind, he was wondering, what was I doing? I finally seen, after he finally saw what he was going to go through.
Yeah.
He finally realized the test that he was about to come to. See, he had been tested in the wilderness. He had been tested on the mountain after he got baptized. Satan came and said, I give you the earth. He told him basically what yours. He told him, I need some food. Man should not live on bread alone. He had already experienced tests. But the true test that he had experienced was willing to give his life that you might have a right to the tree of life. He had to lay it down on the line. He had to say, I'm going to give up the ghost so that you can have a right to my Father. I'm going to split the veil. I'm going to give you personal access to God the Creator. See, before you have to have people go into a temple, you have to have people pray for you. Catholics still do it today. That's okay. That's their thing. We're not Catholic. So, that being said, we have to understand that ultimately, Christ died so that you have a right to speak on your own behalf.
Yeah.
I spoke to a lady, I drive Uber and Lyft sometimes, I talked to a lady who was born Catholic, and she said that it was different for her now being in a non-denominational church. She said it was different solely because of the simple fact she felt as though now she could speak to God for herself. And she didn't understand what it meant to pray. Because Catholics don't necessarily pray. They have priests that pray for them. And Christ fixed that for us. But the testimony is not that he just died, but the testimony is that he got up on that third appointed day. See, he could have died and stayed that way. But the power was not just in the death, but the power was in the life that he took. The testimony is that you can live, even though you may die physically, you will live spiritually forever. As long as you are willing to give your life to him, you will spiritually live eternity. You have to be willing to do what it takes. The song says, it's the song I like to listen to, I played it this morning, that says, well, no, I didn't play that one this morning, but it's a song that says, I don't want to be sitting there saying, what I didn't do, how did I get here? Why didn't I get to go to heaven? Simply because of something I didn't do when I was a kid. Or simply something I didn't do when I was younger. You have to understand that anytime you can be taken out of here, but you have to have the testimony that says, I lived my best life for you. I did what I need to do for you. I took that test, I passed it, and I have a testimony for you. So when you're looking for your testimony, look at your situation, look at your test. If you don't have a situation that you're going through, that you've been through, that you can prove your faith is going and growing, then you're not going to have a testimony. But when you face that situation, you face that trial, that tribulation, don't get discouraged. Don't get upset. Don't get scared. Just remember one thing, it's just a test. That's all it's ever is. It's simply a test for your testimony.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. I know there was something said today that will help you not only throughout your week, but on your journey, this Christian journey. As we're moving through our Christian journey, we're going from one level of glory to another. So I hope that something was said, or we hope that something was said that will continue to help you on that journey. Because in case you don't know, sometimes you continue to go through the same thing over and over again because you're failing the test. Once you pass the test, then you'll be able to move on to the next level, to that thing that God has in store for you. If you do not know Jesus as your Savior, this is the time where you can come and accept him into your life. If you're watching via Facebook Live and you have not made that decision, or if you're struggling with that decision and you'd like to talk about it, please feel free to inbox us on Facebook, and we can discuss that with you. If there's not one, I will go ahead and do our announcements for today. All right, so some of these I've been saying every Sunday, and I'll continue to say them until We've come to the end of it. So our first community initiative, of course, is 300 backpacks. And we are accepting donations for actually the supplies to go into the backpacks. We will be working soon to, what we want to do is have a back to school bash with the jump houses and all those things. So we're going to be working on that. We'll give you more information on that as we come to it. One of the most important announcements we have, they all are important, one of the most important ones we have today is that this is our last Sunday here at Watkins Park. Moving forward, we will be at East Community Center, which is located at 700 Woodland Street, Nashville, Tennessee, 37206. We'll have flyers with that information on it that we'll be putting in the community and whatnot. In October, we'll be traveling to Marietta, Georgia. If you'd like to join with us, please let us know, and we'll get you that information for hotels and all of that. Next month, we'll be doing volunteering at the Second Harvest Food Bank. If you'd like to volunteer with us, please let me know by this Friday, because I'll be going on the calendar to schedule, and you have to put how many people are going to be attending, thank you, before when you sign up. And I think that is all I have.
For all of those who love lovebirds, who want to have a nice evening of fun and God-fearing, enjoying the Lord's people, entertainment with food and things of that nature, as of February 16th, between 7 and 9, New Life Fellowship. I was gonna say the name in my head because you decided to change it at the last minute. We're gonna be at Morgan? Oh, you switched? Okay, so we're going to Morgan Park. I want to say the address is 411 Hume, Nashville, Tennessee, 372, that's going to 7208. We will be there to do, it's not the goats, just jump drive. We will be there having music, food, fun. Tickets are $10. You and your significant other can come and enjoy. Child care is provided. Will not be provided by me because I don't babysit. Love the children, but yeah, not doing that. So child care will be provided. Come out and have a good time, though. We will be having a good time with New Life Fellowship, Pastor Taiwan and Lady Taiwan's wife. I like that's what that's my buddy. But yes, come on out and enjoy. You might get to see his children terrorize the place. But we will have a blessed time in the Lord. So amen. Let us take these announcements and move forward. And now it's time for tithes and offering. Please stand up with your tithes in your hand so I can pray for you. See, my son always says this, they left their money at the house. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to give. Thank you for allowing those who have the heart to give. Bless those who are giving and those who have the heart, allow them to move the way you have been moving. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to come together and just enjoy and have a great time. And also, while I'm praying this prayer, dear Lord, please bless the food that we're about to receive. Let it nourish your body as well as nourish your soul, dear Lord. And allow us to meet again as when we part, Lord, in such a name we pray. Amen.
Just
forever and ever and ever for all you done for me. Blessing and glory and honor, they all belong to you. Thank you, Jesus, for blessing me. Thank you.